Simple Tales presents The Fountain of Eternal Youth, a traditional legend. If you could live forever, would you? Would you drink from a spring that promised endless youth? Would you leave behind everything you know to find it? For thousands of years, people in every corner of the world have dreamed of escaping old age. Kings searched for it. Explorers crossed oceans for it. Legends whispered of hidden waters that could erase wrinkles, restore strength, and make a person young again. But the old storytellers often asked a different question. What if living forever is not the same as living well? This is the story of the Fountain of Eternal Youth. Long ago, there ruled a king named Armand. In his youth, he had been everything a ruler could hope to be. Strong, wise, respected. His armies protected the kingdom. His judgments were fair. His people prospered. For many years, he believed such days would last forever. But time is a patient traveler. One year, he noticed gray in his hair. Another year brought stiffness to his joints. Soon, he found himself leaning on a cane. His hands trembled. His eyes grew tired. And each morning, the mirror revealed a face older than the day before. The king became afraid. Not of enemies, not of war, not even of death itself. He feared growing old. He feared becoming weak. Most of all, he feared being forgotten. One evening, a wandering sailor arrived at court. The man spoke of distant lands, beyond deserts, mountains, and seas. He told stories of a hidden valley where a miraculous fountain flowed from a cliff of crystal. Anyone who drank its water, he claimed, would regain the strength and appearance of youth. The court laughed. The ministers dismissed the tale. But the king listened carefully. That night, he could think of nothing else. A single question echoed through his mind. What if it were true? Within a week, he had assembled an expedition. His advisors begged him to stay. His daughter pleaded with him. "The kingdom needs you here," she said. But the king had already made his choice. He handed responsibility to others and began the journey. For months he traveled. He crossed deserts where the sun burned like fire. He climbed mountains buried in snow. He sailed through storms that shattered ships. Many companions turned back. Others lost hope. But the king continued. Each step was driven by the same desire, to become young again. At last, after years of searching, he reached a hidden valley. It was more beautiful than anything he had imagined. Flowers bloomed in every season. Birds sang from trees heavy with fruit. Clear streams sparkled beneath golden sunlight. And at the heart of the valley stood a fountain carved from white stone. Water flowed endlessly from its center. The king's heart raced. He had found it. The fountain of eternal youth. As he approached, he noticed an old man sitting beside the water. The stranger's beard was long and white. His clothes were worn, yet his eyes were calm. "Have you come to drink?" asked the old man. "Of course," said the king. "I have crossed the world for this moment." The old man nodded. "Then drink if you wish. But first, answer one question." The king frowned. "What question?" The old man pointed toward the water. "Suppose you become young forever. What will you do with the years?" The king laughed. "I will enjoy them. I will hunt. I will feast. I will travel. I will never grow weak again." The old man remained silent. The answer seemed to satisfy no one except the king himself. Without hesitation, he knelt beside the fountain. He scooped up a handful of water and drank. Immediately, warmth spread through his body. His back straightened. His wrinkles faded. His hair darkened. His strength returned. Within moments, he looked exactly as he had in his youth. The king shouted with joy. He laughed. He danced. He felt lighter than he had in decades. The fountain was real. The legend was true. At first, life seemed wonderful. Years passed. Then decades. The king never aged. His face remained unchanged. His strength never faded. But something else did. His friends grew old. His advisors died. His daughter became a grandmother, then a great-grandmother, then a memory. Generations came and went. The kingdom changed. New rulers sat upon the throne. New cities rose where fields once stood. Languages shifted. Stories were forgotten. And still the king remained, young, healthy, alone. The people began to fear him. Some called him blessed, others called him cursed. Many believed he was a ghost. Eventually, there was no one left who remembered his name. One day, after centuries had passed, the king returned to the hidden valley. The fountain still flowed. The old man still sat beside it, exactly as before. The king stared in disbelief. "Who are you?" he asked. The old man smiled. "I am the guardian of the fountain." "Then you knew this would happen?" The guardian nodded. "Most people seek more years. Few ask what gives those years meaning." The king sat beside the water. For the first time in centuries, he felt tired. Not in body, in spirit. "I thought eternal youth would make me happy," he said. "And did it?" The king looked at the fountain. Its waters sparkled as beautifully as ever. "No," he whispered. The guardian nodded. "Youth is a gift. But so is age. Every season of life has its purpose. A flower blooms because it does not last forever. A story matters because it has an ending." The king sat quietly for a long time. At last, he understood. The years he cherished most had never been the years of his strength. They had been the years spent with those he loved, the moments shared with family, the laughter of friends, the chance to help others. Those things had given life its value. Not youth, not power, not endless time. As the sun set behind the mountains, the king rose. He took one final look at the fountain. Then he turned away and walked into the evening light. The old storytellers never agreed on what happened next. Some said the fountain released him from its gift. Others said he continued wandering the world, wiser than before. But all versions remembered the lesson. The value of life is not measured by how long it lasts. It is measured by how well it is lived. Thank you for listening to Simple Tales. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more timeless folk tales from around the world. Until next time, cherish the moments that matter most.